shoot, okay, I didn't know it was gonna take all of this. Game time. Let me try to figure this out. Let me try to see if I can do this and do that and get the card and do this and love her more and balance all this. Women, we meet you and we're like, our idea and our fairy tale is you are Prince Charming, honey. And then we try to get you to fit Prince Charming. And the more you don't fit it, the more y'all end up in my office going, but he doesn't do this. Well, has he ever did it? No, but I always just thought my husband would. Your husband or this man? So are you getting to know who you with? Or are you making this man fit this fairy tale ideology that doesn't even exist anyways?
What's up, guys? Hope all is well, and welcome back. A couple of days back, Cam Newton had an interview with some quack psychologist Dr. Bryant something, and she also doubles as a dating coach. There are a lot of lonely, desperate, there are a lot of strong and independent women out there with money to spend, and someone has to run their pockets. So, the interview went viral because during the interview, it was disclosed that Cam Newton had 8 children, with 3 different women, and that doctor gave him some grief. Not only that, all the banshees on the internet, simps and conservatives also gave him the business, saying that he was creating single mothers and broken homes. And as always, no one decided to hold the women accountable for choosing to have, 1, children out of wedlock, and 2, have children with a man who already has children with other women. Classic. 1 irresponsible man, 3 irresponsible women, but somehow, it's men who are the problem. But in today's video, we are going to see who really is the problem. These are the parts of the interview that should have gone viral, but they didn't because women are vile, and conservatives are hypocrites. So, without further ado, let's get down to business.
This might step on some toes, but a lot of people don't know what a low-functioning woman is. And in light of Dr. Bryant's interview with Cam Newton and Nick Cannon, I just want to give some real-world situations of how this can be relatable to you as well. And before I go down those facts, I just want to state that these men are not comprehending what she's asking. They were just called out and did not want to answer the questions in which they were being asked, like most men that we encounter. But Dr. Bryant is right. A lot of these women would have never crossed their paths if they were high-functioning women. And they felt insulted, like I only get the baddest of. Maybe on the outside, but on the inside, the women are clearly struggling internally. And I hate to tell you, but men know exactly who they can play with. Do you have multiple kids by the same man, but he refuses to ask you to marry him? Does your boyfriend or the guy you've been exclusive with talk to other women, but you refuse to leave him? Is he physically and verbally abusive, but yet you always come up with the excuse of, I'm scared to leave of what he may do to me or my kids? Are you easily manipulated? Y'all support Kane and her foolishness, but she is a walking definition of a low-functioning woman. There is no monetized amount that you can present to me that'll make me the 5th, 6th, or 7th baby mama, or 3rd. And I'll never say don't talk to nobody who has kids, because I have a kid. I'm a single mother, and I do crave for love. But if you see somebody intentionally reproducing in multiple households and they're not present in those households, why would you go and do the same thing with this man? And what's even crazier is, even though they've done this interview and the public has seen it, there are still women who are going to crawl into their drawers. And they know this. That's why I don't mind walking away from a situation now, because I've come into my high functioning, okay? And there's always a woman who's willing to do what I'm not. Dr. Bryant said, we teach what we know, but we create who we are. And I love that. We are not victims of our circumstance, okay? So get out of this low vibration and this low functioning and tap into your high functioning. The more we hold these men accountable for their actions, what was it, shame, bringing shame back, they may start to actually act right. But if there's always going to be that handful of people who are allowing it to happen, we'll always run into these problems. Start holding these folks accountable with change actions, not words.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
Shame, shame, shame. Shame is one of the 4 major arrows of a low-value woman. It's part of a low-value woman's pathology.
Take it as you will. But at the end of the day, the fact and the matter is that psychologists have been trying for a long time now to blur the line between morality and immorality. Matter of fact, most of the pioneers of modern psychology thought that being a PDF file was okay. And with how effeminate the world have become, things have gotten worse, because women can't be held accountable. And the best way to hold people accountable is by making them aware of how immoral they are. So, vague BS terms like high functioning and low functioning get thrown out here to confuse people. The thing is, you either are moral, or you are immoral. The problem with today's society is that men and women are judged based on different moral. The fact in the matter is that women are more likely to choose an immoral man, or a low-functioning man, if you will, over a moral one. And that is because women thrive in immorality, because the immoral man removes the pressure to be moral from her shoulders. And also because women being immoral is very lucrative. That being said, let's go and check the quack doctor.
Now, with those low-functioning men, did they ever say that a man of high function will never really know true love?
No, I don't even believe that, but no.
Okay. So what identifies a woman to be high functioning?
A high functioning woman is a woman who wants you. She doesn't need you. And let me clear that up. When I say she doesn't need you, it doesn't mean she's independent. That means she is interdependent. I only not need you because my pain doesn't need your pain. My dysfunction doesn't need your dysfunction to feed it for us to be in this relationship, meaning I don't need a trauma bond with you. She wants you because she wants the healed part of you, but has the capacity, because we're all human, we ain't perfect, to facilitate and deal with the unhealed part of you that's going to show up in the relationship at some point. And hers is going to show up too. Mine is going to show up too. And so that's why I always say, I want a hybrid.
Some bullshit.
Typical feminist bullshit. I will cut the crap and make it clear. What she said is, she wants a man who will be responsible for everything, but will either share or relinquish the power to her.
I want a hybrid for y'all out there who want to know. Meaning a man who's high functioning enough to meet my healthy high functioning, but low functioning enough to deal with me when my abandonment inflames, to deal with me when some of my dysfunctions that I'm still working on inflame. Because if he's too high functioning, guess what? He doesn't have the bandwidth to deal with the low functioning part.
This is bullshit.
Basically, what she said is that she needs a man who is weak enough to tolerate disrespect and abuse.
Then means he can only connect with folks who are not being fully authentic within themselves. Meaning you may have a loving relationship, but you won't have a real intimate, deep, vulnerable relationship. I'm a woman who seeks connection and vulnerability. I'm not into casualties or casual sex, just TMI or not, meaning I like the depth of things. And so I need you to see me. I need you to see my broken. I want you to see my heart.
Judging by how hard she wants the world to see her cleavage, we can already see most of what is in her heart.
Shoot. Okay. I didn't know it was going to take all of this. Game time. Let me try to figure this out. Let me try to see if I can do this and do that and get the card and do this and love her more and balance all this. Women, we meet you and we're like, our idea and our fairy tale is you are Prince Charming, honey. And then we try to get you to fit Prince Charming. And the more you don't fit it, the more y'all end up in my office going, but he doesn't do this. Well, has he ever did it? No, but I always just thought my husband would. Your husband or this man? So are you getting to know who you with? Or are you making this man fit this fairy tale ideology that doesn't even exist anyways? And so women come and lead with fit this, or you have no value. Men come in and go, all right, I'm here and I'm going to learn how to be the best I can for you. And then women do what? You're taking too long. You're not getting there because you haven't fit the box of the fairy tale. So for me, it's helped me break down what all of my clients know. Y'all know I call it the fairy tale ideology. And I'm not exaggerating, Cam. I want to say 100%, but I'm going to go 99.9% of women who come in my office, I'm having to work on breaking their fairy tale ideology.
It is called the Disney Princess Special. A big piece of delusion with a side of entitlement, and to wash it all down, a big cup of solipsism. Women, single mothers, and conservatives were riding Cam Newton for having 8 children with 3 different women, but none of them were holding those women accountable for choosing to have children with Cam Newton. But none of them are talking about the clips exposing modern women foolishness. There is a reason why the Bible says that a foolish woman destroys her own home. Even within the marriage, this kind of bullshit still persists. Instead of learning, making adjustments, and growing, women want to make men fit into the boxes that their delusional minds create at any given moment. And the worst part is that those boxes are created based on how they feel. That's why as a man, a woman's happiness should never be your main objective. She can either find happiness within your frame, or she can fuck off. There are more than 3 billion heterosexual men on earth. She can find the moron who will be willing to do that.
And hold on, let me say this. To his defense, they almost always have an amazing husband. But because his amazingness doesn't fit her idea of amazing, guess what? He ain't shit.
But wait, there's more.
I'm having a hard time to believe a very educated, a very attractive woman out of 41 years have not met Mr. Right.
It's a red flag.
That's enough time to find a lot of things out.
I bet.
And yet, no kids, single. I'm not, but I am saying, are women's expectations unrealistic?
No, I'm gonna say, like I said on Nick, the question shouldn't be why isn't a woman of age, of success, of a certain caliber not married with kids? The question should be, why are people rushing to the altar just to become divorcees or baby mamas and baby daddies? I think if anything, we need to be teaching our society, take your time, young man or young woman, so that you can get to know not just this person, but yourself first, so that you can choose a life partner, not that that person isn't exempt to divorce, instead of rushing to the altar just to become a divorcee or a baby mama and have multiple kids by multiple women, just to say you have broken families everywhere. I don't see no benefit in that.
You serious?
These women will do anything to avoid taking accountability. That was not the question Cam Newton asked her. He said, 41, not married, no children, how is that possible? And she goes on a rant about knowing self, waiting for the right moment, and not rush things. Which is true. But here's the thing. How long are you going to wait? And let's just be honest. When these women talk about waiting, it doesn't mean that they are not getting their freak off. You want to wait? Fine, you wait, but why are you allowing men who are not married to you beat your cat? What benefits is there for a man to take for wife a 40-year-old woman who have been in the trenches? But don't you worry. Just like everything that concern women, shit just get worse.
I believe, like I tell my brother, he's in here, Shane, all the time, and who's 31 with no kids and doing well for himself, take your time.
He is a man. As long as he can still raise the flag, he will have no problems having kids, and the older men they get financially better. For the most part. If he doesn't have some hereditary issues, and he leads a healthy life, he can have healthy children well in his 60s. Which is not the case for women. By age 35, the risk of geriatric pregnancies greatly increase. By 40, the remaining eggs a woman has are cooked. They are pretty much just for show, little nostalgia of how it feels to have periods before menopause officially certifies that you are expired goods when it comes to reproduction. I don't know if it is ignorance, jealousy, or just pure evil, but these older women are really fucking up the younger generation of women. Another example of women keeping each other single.
Need to rush to an altar just to divorce this woman. And another thing is people who actually feel high valued within themselves, not financially. Internally, they feel high valued. They're not rushing to have a wife or a husband at the expense of divorce just to feel like they've added value to themselves. Because it's a deficit if you're marrying for the wrong purposes. It is an asset if you're marrying from a place of creating a family, of creating stability, of raising kids who can see this thing move and this house not be homeless, but this house have wealth in it, the real wealth that actually sustains. And so for me, I'd rather take my time choosing than end up doing time because I'm making wrong decisions. I'm good.
Man, this is some bullshit!
How hard can it be to say that, yeah, I waited too long, I missed my window, or, I met the one but I was not sure, I thought I could do better. Or, just go straight to the ratchet feminist excuse of, I do not abide by the traditional gender expectations that the patriarchy puts on women, I'm a strong and independent woman, I don't need no man. But she is talking about divorce and baby mama, while at the same women are ones who destroy marriages because men don't fit the delusional expectations that they have.
Next question. How young are you willing to go?
Ooh, I love that. See, now this is when the conversation gets good.
Come on now. We want to know that.
I'm gonna.
Because, like, look, I told you now.
Listen. Hold on.
Come on.
What?
'Cause
you going or I'm going? Who going first?
You.
Okay. So I'm willing to, I think, late 20s.
Men, this is where you turn the TV all the way up. Go ahead.
Late 20s would be the youngest. However,
we got to put a number on that, though. Like you, 27, 26.
27-ish.
X's.
But, again, it depends on the maturity level of that man.
But this is where, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah,
But this is where
I baited you. I knew we were going.
Your patience has
Be there.
to give him the patience to bring his value up, or his function up to his
100%.
value.
100%.
Right.
100%.
But
100%.
So now
100%.
100%
Yeah,
this too.
100%.
A woman who has high value will not entertain or be patient with a guy that does not have.
Yeah, especially if she has certain
100%.
100%. She will. Especially if she has certain especially if she has certain criterions that she knows most men of her age won't meet.
Yes,
she has to.
So therefore, I'm telling you, a man of high value is a transactional type of thing. So to your point, it's like, I know, I look at you, I look at women all the time.
There is a good reason why she is at that age and single. And it's because she is 100% delusional. 41 years old, childless, and not married, but here she is giving people relationship advices. But, at the end of the day, life is a choice. The women who listened to her, made the choice of listening to her. And they will get what they will get. And it is up to men to hold these women accountable when they will crash into the wall. I'm not saying that a single person can't give good relationship advice, but my point is, how can you tell people how to move in a specific field when you yourself haven't even succeeded in it? But again, at the end of the day, life is a choice. That will be it for this one, thanks for watching, have a good one, peace.